But it's academic to talk about civil liberties if you don't talk about the true protection of all life. So if you're going to protect liberty, you have to protect the life of the unborn just as well.
When I was in medical school, we never talked about abortion. The subject was never discussed. I was in medical school from 57 to 61. But it was during the 60s that the morality of the country changed, with the war going on and drugs being used and abortion being done wholesale against the law, that I make the point that the morality of a society has a lot to do with the legislation. The legislation was bad and Roe versus Wade was bad, but that's not the basic flaw. The basic flaw is within us, in the morality of the people that encourages these laws. So the Supreme Court literally was responding to what the people were doing wholesale. But I've often talked about one way that I was able to help a lot of young women who wanted abortions was the use of the ultrasound. And Bernard Nathanson, who had done 65 or supervised 65,000 illegal abortions in the 60s, became right to life when he saw the ultrasound. And this fetus, even when very small, has a heartbeat and movement and fingers and toes. He couldn't do the abortions anymore. I thought that was pretty fascinating.
And you also say Roe versus Wade does not need a constitutional amendment. All it needs is a vote. And you guys can put aside that ruling.
That's right. And one of the very frustrating things I have found in working in the Right to Life movement has been that I've had a bill called We the People, and it takes some of these social issues and gets them out of the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Because when the court rules, it rules it for all of us. I don't want these national solutions when they go wrong. So, no, Roe versus Wade shouldn't have been heard. But if they would pass the We the People's Act, it can be done by the majority vote in the House and a presidential signature and majority in the Senate, and then the jurisdiction stays with the states. And therefore, if that would have been done, because I couldn't get people excited about this when we had the House and the Senate and the presidency. Just think if this would have been passed a long time ago, we would have saved a lot of lives.
Absolutely.